Now, some of you guys will know that I recently covered one of the biggest crash outs in history, and the person who gave us this crash out is none other than Izzy Prime, somebody who's simply famous for being Adin Ross's friend. Now, this crash out consisted of threatening to knock out a female.
You look good. Stop me if you want to. I'm gonna knock your out.
It consisted of bumping into white people intentionally instead of black people to be racist towards those white people.
All black people get respect for me. Fuck these white people. Did you ask her to keep it? I'm outside, just to let you know. Get the dog snatcher. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? Come outside, come outside, come on. I'm not moving for no white people. I'm not moving for no white person.
Don't do that in here, bro.
And it also consisted of assaulting a female with his shoulder when she tried to get a man for assistance.
So mad. Okay, I'll call somebody. Go give me my phone.
Do it out, knock your way.
Now, a lot of people had basically similar reactions to the crash out. People thought it was unacceptable. He was clearly being racist, and they basically don't think that there's no place for that on any platform, let alone Kick. He basically blamed it all on depression and the things he was going through in life, basically alcohol consumption, and that's essentially all he had to say. Now, Prime hasn't gone away and just decided, you know what, I'm gonna duck off, I'm gonna stay away from the BS. Prime has actually decided to respond to the backlash he's been facing in defense of himself. He says he needs to defend himself, so we're going to be covering that. Now, real quick before we get into that, Prime did receive quite a lot of hate, and a lot of the hate was racist, especially on Twitter. For those who don't know, Twitter is a crazy platform from what it used to be like quite a couple years back, because now it's kind of free reign. Elon Musk owns the app, so he's basically all for free speech. So there's a lot of racism that runs rampant on Twitter, and Prime did receive a lot of racist backlash. Now, we're gonna initially cover some of the backlash he received for his actions right here on Twitter. Now, to start things off, we have John Zerka in his comment section basically responding to him, saying he's depressed and his alcohol consumption is the reason he was crashing out. John Zerka replied to that and said, "Quit whining like a bitch." Now, you know you're going down the wrong path in life when John Zerka is the voice of reason. Basically, he's basically the one who has some common sense. Quit whining like a bitch. You're whining like a bitch. And if anything, John Zerka will know when someone is whining like a bitch, because he's whined like a bitch. He's basically been cancelled on the internet for bitching and all the fucked up shit he was doing, crashing out. So when he's telling you you're whining, get your shit together, basically, you know you have a problem. So that was John Zerka, and then here comes the more racist comments. I'm gonna be careful with these just in case, because of YouTube guidelines, you know how that goes. So we have Matt Wallace 888. "I am working on contacting the victims from your video to help them press charges on you." Now, this wasn't racist. This is just someone who saw injustice and he said he's gonna help contact the victim. Now, when I saw this is crazy. Like, he said he's going to contact, I don't know how he's gonna get in contact with him, but he said he's gonna get in contact with him because there was a lot of random people, random pedestrians who he was basically being racially abusive towards. So we've got someone here who said they're gonna contact the victims to help them press charges, and then right after that, typical racist, you need to go back to Africa. Now, before we continue reading the rest of the hate he got, Prime, he doesn't really deserve sympathy. You know, he was being an arsehole intentionally, and you know, people who hide behind alcohol, it's kind of cowardly if you ask me. But obviously, two wrongs don't make a right, so obviously the racism in these comments is not right whatsoever, but I'm sure Prime will be okay. And then next we have, "If you are tired of being around crackers, go back to Africa, you degenerate POS. basically. So obviously we have another racist right there, and that's Tony Groip. So yeah, like I said, racism can basically run rampant on Twitter, and this isn't right at all. This is wrong. Wrong is wrong, you know, right is right. When this Prime situation happened, obviously I made a comment saying he's basically acting like a coon. He's affirming the stereotypes, which he basically is. He's affirming a lot of the stereotypes. By the end of the day, we should be focusing on his actions, not his skin color. His actions were wrong, his skin color wasn't wrong. So the racism obviously in these comments ain't right, but I just want to show you guys a bit of the hate he was getting. Then he said, and then someone else called Groip RJ. I guess these people are part of some group because he has Groip in his name as well. And then he said, white people that support this black are cooks. Then low IQ scumbag. And then someone basically said, you forgot to apologize for being a you know, an animal. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what animal that is. And then his profile is Nate Higgers. So if you basically switch his first letter of his last name with the first letter of his first name, you can spell out what that says. So yeah, this is Twitter though, so you know these people are lames. You know, they're just sat in their mom's basement in these racist groups just hating, you know, not hating, I won't say hating, well no, it's hating, it's definitely hating. I was gonna say it's not hating because Prime did some bullshit, but when you're talking about his race, that's hating. That has nothing to do with his actions. We should be talking about his actions, and his actions are basically despicable. You know, he was going around basically making a lot of women feel uncomfortable and just being an arsehole. So now let's actually get into what Prime actually has to say. So first thing first, he had this to say on his IG story.
She say, answer me, girl. Do you ever dream of tattoo tomorrow, chat?
And you could tell with what he had to say on his IG story, he basically just doesn't want to acknowledge the situation. Like, he's just acting like nothing happened. He basically moving on like nothing happened. Like, yeah guys, you know, about to get this new tattoo, like nothing happened whatsoever. So that's it, you just back to normal, back to life. You know, we just crashed out, but yeah, back to normal, back to getting a new tattoo. So this doesn't really seem like someone who's taken too much accountability. He did a little apology, but it seems to me he's gonna go back to the bullshit. You know, he doesn't seem like he's taking too much accountability. But then he actually responded to some of these Twitter comments, and this is what he actually had to say for himself. Essentially, somebody said, he said, "Ooh, you would like that, huh?" And then when I went to click on the actual tweet of where he said that, the tweet was deleted because he basically replied to something. So the original tweet was deleted. So I'm guessing once again it was probably some racist stuff. But yeah, he basically has some response here. And then someone said, who's basically under the account called Adin Recap, probably not Adam Ross, he said, "Corny ass response, own up to your mistakes." And then Prime said, "I did, you retard motherfuckers, don't believe me. If it was a reaction to motherfuckers being racist to me, calling me ER, but now that I do some back, I'm the bad guy." So basically he's saying that because they're being racist, he's saying something back, but now he's a bad guy. Really and truly, he doesn't even need to be on Twitter. You need to be going to do some therapy, some cleansing, getting nature, something. I don't know, you need something, but he doesn't even need to be on Twitter arguing back and forth. You need to look at why is everyone saying this, not necessarily saying that it's justified, because racism is never justified, but maybe look at why this is all happening to you. It stems from you. So now he basically said that, and then that's essentially what he had to say. He basically commented to the first person and the second person, and then when basically I think he started maybe realizing like, okay, yeah, let me get off this app, you know, I'm not gonna defeat all these racist people. So that's essentially what he had to say to the hate and the backlash, and basically the white people who are mad at his initial video. Now, me personally, going forward, I don't think Prime is going to change. You know, I don't think that. You know, maybe if he gets away from a bit of the limelight, get away from the clout demons in that YouTube environment, you know, the N3ONs, the adins, you know, just clout demons. If he gets away from the clout demons, then okay, maybe he has chance to change. But it's very hard to change when you got all that light and stuff in your head and all the, you know, the fame and all that stuff. Not saying he's a super famous guy, but he has got some sort of clout, you know, even by the people he's associated with. So you kind of need to lay back away from that, and then maybe the improvement can start to take place. But guys, let me know what you think about this overall situation. A lot of you guys had opinions in my first video, And I wonder what you guys think about all the backlash he's been receiving. Like I said, the racism isn't justified, but at the end of the day, Prime, you have to sit down and look at why am I getting all these racist comments, and you know, where did it all stem from, and then you can do the work you need to do to improve and become a better person. So yeah, this is a crazy situation. Hopefully he does get back on his grind, you know, becoming a better person, because yeah, I can make these videos, but at the end of the day, we don't want to see people crashing out and doing stupid stuff. Maybe crash out a little bit, just a little bit for our entertainment, but don't be doing no stupid shit where you're gonna fuck up society. But yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section down below. I will be checking those out, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. I'm out.